Hello, my name is Linus, and I'd like to show you the prototype of a game I've been working on. And it is available on GitHub, and you can play it for free in your web browser. We are currently 3 people working on the project, and let's hop right in. So let's talk a bit about what's on screen. We have the playfield, which is grid-based with a forced perspective camera. And we have our character here. And some enemies, some decorations, and you can also see some items on the ground down here. We have a few UI buttons. You can open the options menu. We have inventory. In the inventory you can see how many of these 5 different material types you have. Then there's the gear menu. Here you can see what gear you currently have equipped. We have a sword and a shield, and you start with one of each equipment type. The sword and the shield are what determine the first 3 skills on the skill bar. So the first skill is a sword attack, a basic sword attack in melee range. The second skill is an AoE attack. And then the third skill is defined from the shield and is a defensive/offensive effect that lasts for 1 turn. And then you also have 1 utility skill. The last 5 slots are for utility skills, and you can swap them freely. I like to move my heal skill to the right. You can see which skills you've unlocked with the skills menu. Currently only 1 skill is unlocked. Then you have some health. You can see how much health you currently have. And there's a momentum stat, which increments every time the character moves or uses a skill. And when you have higher momentum, you get a bonus to outgoing damage. So the game is split up into turns, and each turn is made up of a movement step and an attack step. So in the movement step you can click to move. Let's go down and pick this up. So we got some new boots with a better speed stat. This will allow us to move more tiles in a turn. When you have items you don't need, you can use the salvage tool to turn an item into materials. So that gave us 1 leather. So let's go up and activate these enemies. So now they've seen me, and they will move towards me and try to attack. Let's use our AoE skill. And keep moving to get more momentum. You can see I already have 7 momentum now, which gives us +2 damage. Let's use Reflect. Now we can use our AoE attack again. Now we are at very low HP, so I'll heal and then attack the one with lowest health. So this guy dropped some better items for us to equip. When you have multiple items that you want to salvage at the same time, you can do so by holding shift and dragging with the mouse cursor, and this will convert all the selected items into materials. Let's heal on the way. attack this guy. To complete a level, you need to reach the flag when there are no active enemies left. Onto the second level. Here we can see an enemy which has a spear. Enemies are essentially the same as the player. They have the same gear, same skills, and same systems overall. Or rather, they can use the same systems. So we will soon discover what the spear does. I like to use hotkeys to activate my skills, but you can click if you prefer. So we have some spears now. And the spear has its own skills. So we have a ranged main attack and a melee single target damage attack. All skills, or rather all weapons can be equipped in both hands. So the sword, let's move it one step to get it off cooldown. The sword has its own third skill. And the shield has its own main hand skills as well. And the spear, of course, has its offhand, which is like an upgraded version of its second skill. Ooh, sorry. My mouse is spazzing out sometimes and clicking multiple times. It's not a bug with the game, it's my mouse being broken, sorry. So now we have a ranged weapon, so we can do some kiting. This is much safer than being up in melee range at all times. And that's the first mission. After completing a mission, which is made up of multiple levels, you can continue to hub areas. Hubs basically are connection points between missions, and you can see we have 4 exits in this hub. And the prototype has these 4 missions, a total of 13 levels, and just this one hub that they all lead back to. Let's take a look at one of the other levels. Here you can see we have some crabs. These guys have some new skills we haven't seen before. Let's go down and aggro a crab. So it used a skill there. And it also has a shield in its offhand, so it's using reflect just like the player can. So we don't want to attack it right now. But we can prepare our own reflect and it will attack next turn. So the crab has some better items. We already have a sword with damage 4, but now we have damage 5. Better shield, better gloves, and a skill tome. Skill tomes is the system for learning new skills. When you defeat an enemy that has a skill equipped, it drops a skill tome of that specific skill. One for each skill it has equipped. Utility skill that is, not weapon skills. And you can double click to learn. And now if we open our skills menu, you can see we have a new skill unlocked. We can drag this down into our skill bar, and now we have that skill available. Let's continue defeating some crabs. Ooh, my mouse is spazzing out again. So because we never activated this guy, we don't have to kill him to continue to the next level. Here we have a larger crab, which is slightly stronger than the regular crabs. I need to be a little bit careful here. Let's heal and kill this guy. Now I think I want to use my sword to do some AoE damage here. You can swap freely at any time, but it will remember the cooldown of your skills across weapons even. So if I equip my spear, it still has a cooldown on the second skill. Let's move up here and start some more healing. That was a bad use of my reflect. Nobody attacked me. Let's go here. Ooh. We are very close to dead, but I think we can survive. This has a ranged attack, so I can move down here, kill this guy, and this guy is now not able to reach me in time. So I can heal and do big damage. But that's basically the game. It will have a level editor in the future, which is one of the big features that we want to be working on. And there will of course be a lot more levels. All of this is just very prototype for now. Anyway, thanks for taking a look.